The history of our struggle for freedom and democracy cannot be told in its entirety without paying tribute to the bravery and selflessness of our military veterans who sacrificed their lives for the cause of freedom, the freedom that we enjoy today. Since November 2020, the Presidential Task Team on Military Veterans have had continuous provincial consultation with various military veterans associations in order to solicit concerns and grievances of military veterans. In this regard, we have made tremendous strides, especially in the socio-economic support, housing, and pension benefits. Through these consultations, we were able to consolidate the concerns of military veterans on a variety of issues, including but not limited to housing and pension benefits. The consultation have also assisted us a great deal in understanding the challenges that are faced by our military veterans on a day-to-day. We have also established different work streams that are drawn from cross-sections of government departments and provinces. These work streams are specifically tasked to streamline certain service delivery nodes. These work streams are the legislative review work stream, pension and benefits, database verification, cleansing and enhancement, heritage, memorialization and burial support, socio-economic support, organizational design, and communication. Furthermore, the Presidential Task Team has held consultations with premiers and representatives of military veterans in the Eastern Cape, Limpopo, Free State, Gauteng, Northwest, Mpumalanga, Western Cape, and most recently in KwaZulu-Natal. We're also planning to visit the Northern Cape before the end of November. During these consultations, we have discussed ways through which various provincial stakeholders could better support the Department of Military Veterans in ensuring that quality services are provided to our military veterans. We have also agreed on the necessity to develop a coordinated framework that is located within the offices of premiers so that the affairs of military veterans across provinces could be best coordinated at that level. In relation to progress toward the delivery of socio-economic benefits, including that of pension and housing, the Presidential Task Team has established a socio-economic work stream and tasked it with the responsibility to facilitate the provisioning of pension, health, education, economic empowerment, and housing benefits to military veterans. In this regard, it is important for the House to note that the provisioning of military veterans' pension has already been prescribed in the legislation. It is in pursuance of this legislative provision that the Task Team on Military Veterans approved the payment of the military veterans' pension, which led to the National Treasury to allocate funds for the current financial year and the 3 outer years that will come. We must thank government and the Minister of Finance for this step. In order to facilitate payment of this pension, we've tasked the Department of Defense and Military Veterans to finalize the enactment of the prerequisite regulations that are necessary to guide the payment of this pension benefit. The legislative review work stream is yet another important work stream, which is tasked with the responsibility to develop implementation plan that are aimed at addressing policy and legislative shortcomings. This includes gathering submissions from the various same military veterans community to ensure that this Military Veterans Amendment Bill is amended with the views and concerns coming from military veterans themselves. In this regard, the Minister of Defense and Military Veterans has emphasized the need to review the narrow definition of a military veteran and the enactment of policies that will set the qualifying criteria for beneficiaries. It is also important to note that military veterans who had one or other reason been omitted for the military veterans database are currently undergoing new verification process. The database verification panel, which is responsible for the verification task team, has already visited Gauteng, Eastern Cape, and Limpopo. Currently, there is a total of 44,369 military veterans whose details are contained in the certified personal register who are already qualifying to receive benefits as prescribed in the legislation. There are also 1,225 new applicants that have been assessed by the verification panel. The department is also busy establishing an appeals board that will provide those that are not happy with the outcome of the database verification team, give them an avenue to lodge an appeal. The provisioning of the housing benefit to military veterans is regulated by a housing policy that has been approved by military veterans themselves. According to this policy, military veterans are eligible to receive a house of 50 square meters. It has come to our attention that in other cases, different provinces offer military veterans with houses of higher meterage, different, some small. As a presidential task team, we continue to encourage provincial governments to conform to national norms and to build houses for military veterans that are of the same standard. With regards to the provisioning of healthcare benefits, all military veterans can access support from the South African Military Services. Currently, it is only military veterans and not their spouses nor their dependents that are eligible for assistance. This is a challenging situation which is receiving our attention. In addition to the work we've outlined above, the Department of Military Veterans is working with the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture on the program of repatriating the remains of the fallen military veterans that have been left in other countries. A cost-effective model for the repatriation of the remains of our fallen heroes and heroines is currently being considered for cabinet approval. Working together with military veterans will hopefully provide positive results that contribute to their well-being and their socio-economic improvement. Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker.